7.5, the cross product, the property and its properties. Cross product. Okay, what is the cross product? When two vectors cross product is A, and this is the symbol of the cross. So this means the magnitude of the first vector multiplied by the magnitude of second vector multiplied by sine of the angle between them. And the result of the cross product is a vector, and the direction of this vector is n hat. N hat, how do we find the direction of the n hat? You put, let's say you want to do u cross v, okay? You put your forefinger across u, and you bend it toward v. If you do that, so your thumb should show upward direction. Try with your right hand to see if this is right. Put your forefinger around along the U and bend it toward V. So the direction of the thumb gonna be in hat. Of course, U cross V is not the same as V cross U. The reason is that because of their direction will be opposite. So U cross V is up and V cross U is down. So area of the parallelogram, we can find it using cross product. If you see that sine of theta is h over hypotenuse, which is v. You can rearrange for h. H is sine multiplied by v. Also, so we have h. We know the area of parallelogram is going to be h multiplied by the base u, magnitude of u. So area is the u multiplied by h. Instead of the h, I put v sine theta. As you see, this is the same as u cross v. So if you want to find the area of the parallelogram, you just simply multiply these two vectors, which forms this parallelogram. If u is equal to 30 and v is equal to 10, the angle between u and v is 35, and u and the v on a plane of the page. You want to find the u and v. So we have a magnitude of the u and v, the angle between them. So simply, u cross v is the magnitude of the v multiplied by magnitude of u multiplied by sine of the angle between them. And the direction of that is n hat. If you put your forefinger across u and bend it toward v, your thumb should be into the page. And also the same thing, v cross u. V cross u has the same magnitude with u cross n, but the direction gonna be out of the page. So dot product, we did use a dot product if you have using the components. Now we can use the components. So what you do, you put I, J, K, right? Your first one is X component is A1, Y component is A2, Z component is A3. And for second vector, we have B1, B2, and B3. So to find the X component, this is what you do. For X component, you just cross the first row and across the first column that belong into the I, right? Now, what do we have? We have A2 multiplied by B3. So cross these two, minus A3 multiplied by B2. So this is I components. Okay. Now, for J component, you cross the column belong to J and the row belong to J. Now second component, you have a negative behind that. Again, it's going to be A1, B3 minus A3B1. Okay, A3B1. So this is the J component. And now for K component, you do the same thing. You cover the row and the column for K. It's gonna be, so the first one was plus, the second one was minus, now it's gonna be plus here. It's gonna be A1 multiplied by B2 minus A2 multiplied by B1. It's K, right? Now we have this question that we can work on it. Again, I put I, J, K. The first one is 7, 1, -2, 7, 1, -2. The second one is 4, 3, 6, 4, 3, 6 here. For I component, so you cover the row and column belong to, it's gonna be 1 multiplied by 6. Here 1 multiplied by 6 minus 3 multiplied by -2. This is going to be I component. For the J component, as we do, you get 12, right? For J component, you have a negative behind that. So you cover the column and row belong to, it's going to be 7 multiplied by 6 minus 4 multiplied by -2. So -2 multiplied by 4. Here is J hat. And if you do that, J hat component is going to be negative 50, right? And for the K component is, you cover the column and row of that, is going to be 7 multiplied by 3. 7 multiplied minus 1 multiplied by 4, minus 4, which is 17, so it's going to be K hat. So this is equal to 12I minus 50J. So this is 50. J hat and plus 17. So this is 17K. This is how you do cross product. Confirm that A cross B is orthogonal to 7, 1, -2. So A cross B, the result of that is this, right? So you just simply cross product, dot product 4, 3, 6, you dot product it to the result here. And you will see you will be given 0. So it's true then. So it makes sense because say this is A, this is your B. A cross B is a perpendicular into this page, right? Means A cross B is perpendicular to A and the B vector. So it really makes sense that if you dot product A cross B dotted to A, it will be 0, and A cross B dotted to B, it will be 0. So here, determine the area of the paragram defined by these two. So we know the area is defined by cross product of these two vectors. So simply do the cross product, and after you find the answer, you do the magnitude of this vector. Use the x component power 2 plus y component power 2 plus z component power 2 square root. That would be the area. Determine the angle between vector u and v. Again, we did use the dot product before to find the angle theta. We have done a question, and here you can use a cross product. You can use cross product, the magnitude of cross product, if you, let's say, you do that here, right? The magnitude of that and divided by the magnitude of the v, magnitude of the u, and here you do the sine inverse of that number. But it's easier to use always dot product if you want to find angle between two things. Properties of the cross product. So u cross v is equal to -v cross u. U cross V plus W is associated distributed property. So U cross V plus U cross W. Again, the distributed property here is U cross W plus V cross W here. Cross product, the same vector will be 0 because the sign of the 0 is 0. There's going to be magnitude of U, magnitude of the U again, and sign of the angle between these two vectors, the same vector is 0. So if you cross product any collinear vector, of course you will get 0. If you have a constant number multiplied by a 2 vector cross product, so you can move the k around. So here you can put the k beside U, or you can put the k beside V and do the calculation. Here you can do question number 1, 3AB, question number 2AB, question number 4, question number 5, and question number 6.